you're a girl, you're going to have to work harder, longer, smarter than the boys to get to the same place. That's what I was raised with. So is that, so I think that speaks to your point of, I have the credentials, but I'm still being invisible. So what do you do about that? How do you become uninvisible?
So I refuse to be invisible, first of all. And when there are things going on that I believe I should have been included in by the nature of my role and my responsibilities, I speak up. I can't be afraid to advocate for myself. And I just want to say something. I said I was the boss, and I am for a certain part of my organization, but I have a boss, and my boss is here, and he I just thought I'd clean that up a little bit. And he's very supportive. In fact, the fact that he's here and the fact that I'm here is part of that support. So I just want to clean that up. But I believe, I'm an advocate. I'm a fierce advocate for the people that report to me, and I'm a fierce advocate for my organization, but I am mostly a fierce advocate for Linda. And I'll just mention this, but because I have two areas where it can be challenging, and one is I'm a woman, and the other is I'm a woman of color. And both of those areas present challenges. But I don't let anything, I have prepared myself experience-wise and credential-wise, and I demand to be recognized. And I don't do it in a loud and boisterous way. I just speak up for myself. I ask questions. I listen very carefully. So I would encourage anyone here, just speak up. If you feel you should, I'm going to put it positively. If you feel that you are knowledgeable, you want to know more, you have to speak up, you have to ask questions, you have to ask sometimes to be invited in. Sometimes I invite myself in, but that's just the kind of person I am.
My dad raised me to be fiercely independent, make my own money, get an education. He said that when I was 13, he could drop me in the middle of New York City, and I'd have a legitimate job and a place to live in a week. And then he wouldn't let me drive on a date or pay for a date. Okay, so think about being a 15-year-old girl and conflicted in that way. Okay, he raised me that a man was going to ruin my life if I got married before 30. I would never be able to realize my full potential there's a reason I'm bringing this up. The reason, look, there's life outside of work. And the gender is part of our identity. You should not have to leave it at the door. Okay, it adds value to your job performance, however you choose to identify. So don't underestimate that.
I actually kind of would like to see another show of hands along this being invisible theme. On the expo floor today, and this is not common to just hear today, I walked up to a booth and there was two people working it, two men working it. One was engaged with a visitor to their booth and the other one was standing there. And I stood and I looked at their backdrop and I looked at this and looked back and looked back and looked back again while the one person just stood there until I eventually said, moving on. And I went into another booth today where there were 6, 7, 8 men working this booth, not one visitor to their booth. I walked up to the booth, I even took my bag off my shoulder and kind of leaned it on their table, and nothing. And I finally said, can I ask somebody a question? I forgot I was wearing my invisible suit today. And I'm sorry, but I look at this and I go, is this because of a woman? I don't want that to be the answer, but is it? Okay. Well, then men out there then who are working booths, stop ignoring women because we buy things too.
Yeah.
You're missing out on an opportunity. Is there a gentleman in this group that would be kind enough to share? I see one right back there. How our comments or what our thoughts are resonating? I'd just be interested.
My question is, How many panelists and women in the room support the credential and certification programs promoted in expos of this type for all male and female?
I don't understand the question. Support credential programs.
Of course.